everybody. Come on in. It's the Daily Bern. We're going to start in just a minute. Give you a little bit of time to get in, like, and share, because we're just a little independent show and we depend on you to get this out. So, like and share and comment. Participate in the show. That all helps us do better in the algorithm and get out to more viewers. And I would really appreciate it. Plus, I love your comments. I love hearing from you. And this is interactive, so we do participate. We do play along. So come on in. This is the Daily Bern, the war room of the political revolution. We gather here every day at 7. And we talk about this fight that we're in. We talk about what's going on, but we talk like winners because we own this fight. We know that this is our fight and our responsibility, and we are the ones that drive this forward and make this happen. We are the only ones. Now, I'm going to get into that a little bit today once I make sure that we're up. It says we're live on Facebook. If you're here on Facebook, let me know, comment, and say hi, because it looks like we're good on YouTube. But I am upset, and I'm sure a lot of you are. This is really tough. This is really tough what's going on mentally. This is hard to do, actually, this little show. I have never been an optimistic person. I don't believe in this fight because I'm optimistic or because I'm, big dream type of person. I believe in this fight because it's historically what makes change happen. This is what brings about change, what's going on right now. Now, they're doing everything they can to stop us. It's a little bit jarring how effective it's been. But we know that to do that, they've used massive manipulation, voter suppression, and massive media manipulation to pull off what they've done so far. And really all they've got is less than a little bit more than a 100 delegate lead. That's what they've pulled out at this point. Hey, Jack. Good to see you, man. I was afraid we weren't up on Facebook. But I'm angry because they have stolen our thunder in a way. But we talked about this for months. Now, we're going to get into it a little deeper here in a minute, but we talked about for months how they're going to throw everything at us. Now, I didn't see all of this. I didn't see all of this being thrown at us, and we're going to get into all of what I believe is going to be thrown at us here in a little while. But we knew that they were going to throw everything at us. Why are we so surprised? Why are we so shocked? Why are we so damaged? Why am I? I am too. I'm not judging anybody. I'm hurt and shocked by this and just really rattled by the whole thing. I knew that they would do anything to stop us. Absolutely anything. But I didn't think they'd go crazy, and I didn't think they would fake a pandemic. NISA says they're closing Washington state schools for 2 weeks. They are freaking out about the coronavirus. There is mass panic going on about the coronavirus. I think they're going to use it against us. Because I think this is going to end up in direct action. It is going to end up requiring us flooding the streets in Milwaukee. Now, we already know they've hired 4,000 police officers to be on the ground in Milwaukee in case we show up in the millions, which is what we need to do. And they'll bring in more if need be. But what I think they'll do is up the scare on the coronavirus. They're already canceling political events because of it. And they're going to up the scare and up the fear and shut it down, quarantine the city. How creative will they get? How much will they do? Nobody thought that they would do what they've done so far. I didn't. I couldn't have predicted this, and I said over and over again that they will do anything to stop us. I didn't see all of this. I definitely didn't see Joe Biden. Joe Biden, out of that whole stage of shills, Joe Biden being pushed as their front runner. That man's falling apart mentally. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Well, it does when you realize that they're not trying to beat Donald Trump, they're trying to beat Bernie Sanders. And Jack, we should already be in the streets. You're right. And that's where this is going. This is where this is heading. This revolution's not going to be won in the voting booths, guys. They were never going to let us have this. They were never going to give this to us. We were always going to have to take it. Now, the voting is very important. But when you can have 44 uncounted thumb drives in Texas, when you can throw out and eliminate people from the voter rolls, when you can't prove there's not fraud, when exit polls are showing differences of up to 15%, it's disgusting what's going on right now. An election is being rigged in the United States of America, and not enough people are caring or concerned. We are. We do. We see it. And it's frustrating. But we need to realize that even though we're hurt, our job hasn't stopped, and we have to keep getting out there and keep informing people and keep waking people up. Keep bringing attention to what's going on right now. Because the media is going to make it look like we're insane. And these blue no matter who trolls, and that's what they are. I don't believe there's anyone who actually supports Joe Biden that has more than 2 working brain cells. I don't believe that person exists. I've yet to meet them. I can see that he can't have a successful rally with more than a couple hundred people is the best I've ever seen him be able to turn up. Usually it's like half a high school gym full of people. He has no real support. There's nothing real behind Joe Biden except manufactured support from the media. So they don't intend to win. They just intend to beat us. And we have to do all we can to expose that. It's going on again in plain sight, and they see it. The people on the right, even the ones that don't really care politically, they all see it. They tell me about it all the time. Look, they're screwing your boy over again. Look what they're doing. They're screwing your boy over again. Well, they are. They're rigging an election again, is what you should be saying. That's what should be coming out of your mouth. They're rigging an election in the United States. In plain sight, in front of everybody. And we can't allow it. It is on us, though. We all know who Bernie is. We know what Bernie will and won't do. And Bernie isn't going to aggressively attack Joe in the way that we want. He is going to push him hard on the issues. He made that clear today. But as far as pushing him, I don't know how much we can expect or should expect out of Bernie. I think we kind of have to go by what history has shown us, and that's just not his style. We need to be aggressive. We need to be the media. We need to spread the truth about Joe Biden and about Joe Biden's mental state, about Joe Biden's record, about Joe Biden's history of trying to cut Social Security, about how Joe Biden is an enemy of progress, and prove to these people that Joe Biden will lose, guaranteed. That's our job. We have to prove that. We have to make that case. We have to convince enough people of it. Get them to see that they're being pushed, a loser is being pushed on them. They will lose if they continue down that road. Now, they are led by fear. So if we can make them believe that and understand that, they will change direction. But we've got a lot of work to do. It's going to take a lot of work to wake these people up, a lot of effort. It won't be easy. Jack says in total, there's 4,050 delegates. We, the majority of the people, need to step up the game, get out and knock on doors. We can still get. We're not even that far behind in delegates. That's what I was saying earlier about how it's a little bit frustrating, how defeated people are getting. And even myself, like I said, I'm not an optimistic person. I've been really down about this. I was really down about Super Tuesday, and Super Tuesday 2 did nothing to help my spirits. We're not seeing the results that we should be seeing. I don't believe Michigan at all. At all. Not one bit. I don't believe Washington changed so much since 2016. I don't believe what's going on here. I don't believe Texas. There's a lot of states where the results are questionable, and there's good reason to question them. And they're going to do everything they can. So we need to do everything we can. And keep in mind that it's going to get hard, and it's going to get harder. And it will continue to be hard all the way up until we punch through. We're going to have to overwhelm them. They're not going to give this to us. They're not going to make it easy. This is an all or nothing fight, and it is extremely important that we do all we can to make sure that we win. So we must win. We must do this. We must make this happen. Jack says he won 23 states in 2016. We won in 2016. We beat her. We all know that. And we all knew this time that it wouldn't be enough to just win, that we'd have to win in an overwhelming way. And it will end up requiring us to physically get out there in the streets and protest and rise up and make noise about this fraud. There is massive fraud going on. Exit polling that's off by 15%, more than 2% worldwide is recognized as evidence of election fraud. We're having differences of up to 15%. We cannot tolerate this. We cannot let this stand, and it is our job and our responsibility to point it out and to make noise about it. This does fall on us. This is part of our role in this fight as the media. We have to be the media. It is our job. We must make this happen. We must be the ones that do everything in our power to make this happen. And that's going to take doing it even when you feel defeated, even when you feel broken down, even when it feels overwhelming, making yourself do it anyway. I was afraid to get on here tonight. I didn't want to. I pushed myself, made myself do it. I'm not giving up. I knew that was a risk when we started this fight because I care about it deeply and passionately, and I am an emotional person. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and this has been tough so far, and a lot of us are like that. A lot of us are really caring people that are deeply emotionally involved in this. So keep your mind right and have the discipline to push through even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't want to, and even when it's hard. And you're welcome, Jack. But I'm just doing what I feel like I have to do. I have to do everything I can. This is one of the things that I'm trying to do as a contribution to the revolution, is to reinforce in everyone the fight and help us stay focused mentally that we must accomplish this. We must make this happen. And I did a live stream earlier of Bernie's press conference because I had to see what was going to happen, and I was afraid to watch it by myself. And I got to tell you, when he first walked out, I didn't like his body language. It scared me. But the more he talked, the better I felt, and the more I realized he's it reinforced in me that he's not going to abandon us. So if we keep doing our part, we can make this happen, but we will have to make this happen. They will not give it to us, and it will not be easy. But we can do this. If we just keep pushing and just keep doing all we can wake enough people, we can make this happen. Do not give up. Think about how weak their case is. They're holding up a man who clearly has the early onset of dementia or Alzheimer's or something severely wrong with his mental capacities. He can't make it. No matter if they cut his speeches down to 7 minutes and they try to protect him by changing the debate rules. He can't. There's no way they can prop him up. We can expose him. We can do this. Helene says we are fighting against the frickin' establishment. The entire power structure, everything is against us. Literally everything. All the money, all the media, and all the power. And anyone who doesn't see that just doesn't want to see it. Because it's clear as day. It couldn't be clearer. We are the only fight happening. This is an uprising of the people. And we can make this happen. If we just get enough people to understand, and again, we don't need everybody. It statistically takes about 3% of a population standing united to have a successful revolution. And those are not unattainable numbers. Hey, Kilo, always Sanders. Still Sanders, always Sanders. And we just must remember that this fight carries on, and this fight must succeed. This is important. This is crucial. This must happen. There is no next time. I really believe this is our last stand. And we cannot give up. We must do everything to make it happen. Everything in our power. And that's what it's going to take. It's not going to be easy. I can't see them being able to push Joe through. But you know what? I couldn't see them being able to do it with Hillary either. And they did. So we shouldn't underestimate them. We should triple our efforts and go really hard and get creative. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Come at it from different angles. Get out there and inform as many people as you can. Wake people up. That's what's going to make this happen. Informing people. Getting them involved. Getting more people involved. The more we can get, the more we can grow our numbers, the stronger and the more powerful we'll become. And eventually we'll be too big to rig. It won't matter. Helene says Sanders is fighting so hard. He's such a good man and so honest. Bernie's doing a great job. And like I said earlier, I've seen a lot of people that want Bernie to go hard at Joe. And especially angry that he calls him his friend. I think that's kind of sad myself too. But that's just his style. He's not going to stop being Bernie, as much as we may want him to. But I think we can be aggressive. We can go hard. And all we have to do is use the truth. You know? We can show enough reason why there's no way this man can beat Donald Trump. There's plenty of evidence. We just have to make people understand it. And again, enough people. You're not going to get through to some of these people. And a lot of them are paid trolls. You know, do you think that Bloomberg's army of paid trolls just stopped working when he dropped out? He's still financially involved in this fight. And they were paying $2,500 a month for social media support. So I'm sure that that's still going on. And Helene, I do too. She says, I pray to God we can win this. We must win this. This is our time. This is our fight. We're not going to get a better opportunity. We must win this. And that's why we will. Because we have to. You're right, Jack. We absolutely have to. Things are going to get much worse if we don't. I think this is much bigger than an election. This uprising is necessary. And it's right on time. It cannot wait. This must happen. We must make this happen. We have to own it. And that's why it will. Because millions of people are taking responsibility and owning the situation. It's a political revolution, an uprising. That's why it's going to work. That's why I believe in it, even at my lowest points, which today is one of those. This is one of my lower points. And I still fully believe in this fight. I don't get on here and lie to you guys. We can do this. We can make this happen. Because this is how things happen, and it's been structured and put together beautifully. We really couldn't have asked for a better plan and a better strategy. He's laid the fantastic groundwork and a path to victory. This is ours to win. We just must wake enough people up. Jack says, check out the Wolf Pack. That's Tim Black. Tim Black has the Wolf Pack. I need to come up with something like that, man. Some kind of name for you guys. The core group that's here every day like Jack. What would you like to be called? We need to come up with a name for you guys. But we got 2 shows tonight. Some of you are aware of that. I also host a conspiracy theory show. So I am going to have to wrap up a little early, but I wanted to make sure we got a burn in today. Mostly for myself, because I didn't want to. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to lay in the dark, turn the lights off, and just lay in the dark and think. But that's a black hole to somebody like me. I fight depression, and that is a black hole. That is not where I need to be. So I had to make myself get on here and talk to you guys. And reinforce it even in myself that this must happen. We must do this. We must succeed. And that is why we will. Not Bernie, us. This is our fight. This is our revolution. And that's why it's going to succeed, because millions of us understand that. And we know that we must do everything in our power to make this happen. This was never going to be easy. And we can do this. I fully believe that we can make this happen. So thanks for watching, guys, and hanging out for the Daily Bern. And if you like conspiracy theories, come back in about a half hour on my timeline at 8 p.m. Central for Conspiracy Theories and Chill. We do a little conspiracy theory show. And we'll hang out and talk conspiracy theories. So come on back for that. And come back tomorrow for the next Daily Bern. We do this every day at 7. And join the page, our Revolution War Room. And Kilo, I will keep up the fire. You keep up the fire too. Keep burning out there, all of you. Keep fighting. That's what's going to make this happen. That's why it's going to happen. And that's what's so beautiful about it. That's what I believe in anyway. I don't believe in politics. I believe in us. I believe that we can do this because we must. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in a little bit on Conspiracy Theories and Chill.